now. And I'm gonna hop over here to my little number one there. And if I forget, oh, this is by the way AWS, but we can delete this because I killed that machine. I made it. I'll have to put like start putting the articles like in a nicer way, because like they're just in my notes now. But I have one on installing a free Kali VM on AWS, like full Kali. Not really full because it won't fit on the 30 gigs you have max for free, but almost. uh, yeah, so let's start that map. It's a slow process to get everything running right. But let's actually do a ping first, because you never know. Now it's a Windows machine though, so we'll see. If it answers, we know. Yeah, good. So VPN works. So let's nmap and 10, 10, 10, 40 dot. And I did the long one at once because I don't think it usually doesn't take that long. So I kind of feel I'm saving time. So we're checking all ports. We do some scripts, like the basic ones, and we check versions and stuff. And we don't care if we can't ping it. Now we happen to know that we can, but let's assume that port 80 is open and just. This is, by the way, why I have. um, it's very nice with the Kali up here, but this is a little bit in the way. So we start Firefox. I'm gonna check if there's a web page. Is there ever not a web page? Kinda, but still, almost always. I'll also start burp, because it's nice to have it running and it takes time to start. And this is going through burp right now. That's why it's can't find the internet. So let's, yeah, it's disabled. http://http. What's up?
Panadong says.
Or beat one fix it.
Oh yeah, I have to steal that one by the moat. Make it purple. Mine. Hi Panda, how are you? Let's just start it. And let's actually use Burp now. Burp. Did I say Burp? And finish typing the IP address here. Well, 10.10.10.40. And
Orbiter Guitars is great, give him a follow, he builds guitars and all that fun stuff, super chill stream.
cool. Build guitars, that's cool. We have to check that, of course, right? Also with that very nice emote. So let's go to Twitch and let's search building guitars. Oh, H is on. Cool. So if I wasn't streaming, I would have been listening to his stream for some music and also checking out Winrot when it's building at the same time, probably, right? So here, let's follow Orbiter. I'm. It's cool when people build stuff. Is that way? How to fix it?
I'm in ages picking on him too.
Okay. Let's see. let's fix it, I guess. Right, so burp should be on now. Seems to be working, and there's no port 80. it finished. So maybe we got to an actual machine that doesn't have port 80 open. Yeah, there's no port 80. Oh, cool. Very limited here. Okay, Windows 7 and it's called blue, right?
Gaurav Kumar says, I'm learning from you, and you know what is that?
Uh, what is what? Port 80? So I checked for a web page while I was waiting because I was thinking there's often a web page. But what our let's just go through it simply here. So nmap is a command to check what we use it for is to check what ports are open on the computer, and then we get a list of the ports that are open. And the V here gives also the version of things as much as it can, and the script bit it gives us some extra information down here. So we can see that
JB
we have
Boss says, Harris
SMB
PC.
here. Uh, Harry's PC. Anyway, what I'm going to do first is to just copy the nmap, the full thing, and we're going to hop back and paste it here in Obsidian in the notes. And SA makes it look a bit prettier, right? So it's almost even easier to read there. So what we can see is that we have these ports open, and if you have 139 and 145, that's SMB. And you can also see here that this is a Windows 7, and we can see it's Service Pack 1 and stuff from this. And we get some more information here that SMB security mode, the used account guest. Uh, they don't have message signing here on too. That's dangerous by default. So we get a lot of information from Nmap just by running it. And that's very nice, right? Is there something special that we are interested in here? This really just is. Uh, I don't think we have to point anything else out, but it's very obvious that we're supposed to go to SMB here for me. And if you didn't know this,
Gaurav
right?
Kumar says, patience and focus. I love the patience and focus you show. The way you stay calm and maintain your concentration while working.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, someone said that how can you speak to people and then remember what you were doing? I'm like, what? How could I not? But we all work differently, right? We could just even Google on our Windows machine here for SMB, right? If we didn't know what these ports were. I also have a file here somewhere. Let's see if we go to my tools and info. And actually, one thing I noticed about my web page. So let's go to fix it. Fix
Gaurav
it.
Kumar says, face blue smiling.
Uh, so this is an old link. So let's go there. And if we search here for SMB, we're going to get this nice listing of where the SMB. So these boxes I used SMB on, obviously, right? Or they had SMB at least. But this means I have made a whole checking thing on there. But we can also see in tools and info that we have a SMB section here. And under Windows, this is just a link actually to this section. So, oopsie. So we can check more about SMB from Nmap itself, but let's just hope hop to this one and exit search so we see all the things. I wish there was a way to hop back, but I think we have to open this manually. So let's go to SMB here, and here's the things we have here. Uh, to access a drive, SMB drive on Linux, or from Windows, and from Linux is in another place. And here's an example of we can run SMB. This Nmap. Nmap has scripts for SMB to enumerate shares and enumerate users. Let's just do this because it's good learning, right? So we don't need, let's grab the IP address too, so it's obvious what we do. Nmap, the program we just used to scan, it can actually do specific scans for SMB. But if we step back and don't know it's SMB, we just Google for each port and we find it. But there's a ports list in here too that we could search for. Port use Microsoft and port
JB Boss
use
says there's
normally.
multiple ways to do this one in her notes. Dang, lol.
Yeah, but I'm assuming if you didn't know it was SMB on those ports, right? Then you can go into a list of all ports just on the internet too, and you can check out that these two are SMB, right? Uh, let's Google for port 139, and then we get up SMB ports explained. SMB port or port 139. Let's click this one as it wasn't as obvious from here. And we see, let's see, they have vulnerabilities here that use this port, but you can also see SMB in places. It's not as clear as I would have thought it was, but it doesn't say big SMB on this page. But if you read it, you will probably easily see it. Yeah, it actually doesn't say SMB. It says file and print sharing under current versions of Windows. That's is SMB. That's what it is. So it explains it doesn't say the word. So it's quite easy to find it. Just Google a port if you don't know what it is already. And also some people they just scan for the port numbers and have it in their head. I'm like much nicer to get a nice list. Unfortunately, it doesn't say SMB on these. It's just NetBIOS SSN and Microsoft DS. So it could have been clearer, but from the scripts we get SMB, 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 SMB. So this is why we use this SC here, right? So now we're going to paste the line that I copied from my notes, and we're going to change the IP address. It was too easy to remember, right? 10, 10, 10, 40. And we're going to run extra scripts on this. If I was kind of thinking, right, it might be Eternal Blue, which is a well-known vulnerability in Windows, unless it's Windows 7. It's very likely, but let's take it one step at a time. So these scans could take a little bit of time. So let's just imagine we don't know anything, but we're thinking that we know it's Windows 7, right? And we have port 139, and let's just say one port, and we Google for vulnerability, and we probably get some hits here. How to protect port 139, disable NetBIOS because it's vulnerable. We can also search for POC. POC is proof of concept, so you can find like scripts and things that are ready to just run to exploit stuff. We also have exploit DB here. That's a nice place we can search in there too. So this is a local privilege escalation. So this won't be interesting for us, but we can search in here too. So let's click the search. So Uh, I'm kind of thinking we let's do SMB, right? And there are 5 pages of vulnerability, and here's like Windows 7, 8, uh, and then you see Eternal Blue there, and the box is called Blue. But it's not certain it's this one because it said that it's SMB2. Uh, let's just hop back and look here. Oopsie, I clicked something there. So first, let's grab all the information we have again. We're collecting information. That's what we want to do for now. And let's hop back to the notes. And this is also Nmap, so we'll just put it underneath. And what can we see here? Can we get any more information? So we're enumerating shares. There's using the account guest for enumerating these shares. There's an admin dollar, and we don't have any access. We don't have access to C. We have read access to IPC dollar. To share, we have read. Oh, and users we have read. So we have 3 shares we can read here. This is a special share, so let's look at these two. This always exists too, right? These don't. Uh, so guest has access. Current active user has read access, but anonymous access no. So if we try to log in anonymously uh, via SMB to this share, we wouldn't get anything. But as we actually have a user that works, guest, uh, we can just do it. So the Windows guest user, I don't know if there's nothing as a password, probably. We will log in as this and try. So let's start with making a new note here. Now we know where to start looking more, right? So we're going to look at SMB. Uh, and then we will just look at the notes for SMB in here. So we have them on the web page. Yeah, right here. So where I was going to expand. I did that already. Good. I'm like, didn't I stop the share search thingy? This is interesting. I thought I opened the other one. Didn't. One bug with my web page here is back doesn't work sometimes, or rather, it asks you to if you want to download the file. It didn't now, so that's good. I didn't make this. This is an export tool from the notes, so it's the same thing. It's just exported with a little tool there. Export, and you can export your to a folder, and you just upload it, and it looks like that. So nice. Let's look at the SMB notes in here. Is this big enough, by the way? Always tell me if something is too tiny so you can't see. I want it to be easy to see. So SMB, it's not web, it's SMB here, right? So we have SMB tab. I don't have a guide here for what to do with SMB. I should probably make that. So for example, for web that we just had open, there is a start here web here, right? So if you go to a web page, start these things, I should have a start here on SMB2, but let's not make it now. Uh, so there's also, we can also use NXC SMB. I don't think, maybe I don't, no, I don't have any examples there. So I have fixed a few things here though. This is not what I want to show. Let's just go through them quickly.
Theo says.
Good
Good
time
time
zone.
zone, fix it.
Okay, okay. Unfortunately, I have a few problems watching streams from a lot of people in other time zones because I'm sleeping, right? So when I have
Lol.
access,
Tight.
yeah. So
Right.
yeah. So when the times are tight too, right? It's I have to sleep sometime, unfortunately. Um, so for a bit, actually, I was catching um, Hack Smarter his streams, Tyler. But that's because I was up at 3, 4 a.m. and can't do that really, right? So today I had a meeting at 9, so no. So this is what I usually use. If I find a share, like we just did, I'm going to just download all of it and look at it locally. Because this command, it downloads all the things. You can also use SMB client to just connect and list the files. And this is slow and, it's much easier to have all the things on your computer and just look at it. And we have read permissions, so we can just look at it on our machine. And if there's interesting files, we can open them easily and do everything, right? So then we just do SMB get recursive. And in this case, there were 2 shares. So let's just copy. Uh, yeah, it might have problems with big files. So let's actually, we can have both open. So let's actually paste this thing here. And we're going to modify this to be our IP address, which is 10.40. And let's recap the information we have here. And what I have not done that I always do
Can
is
Tai
to
Win says, are you teacher?
put stuff here. Uh, right now I am, right? So my copy failed. I have to copy again. I actually did a bit of education on being a teacher, but I've always been a teacher. I had when I had programming in like 7th grade or something. One kid started later, so I was his teacher, and the teacher taught the rest of the people. So I've always been teaching people, right? Um, let's see. We need the IP address. So IP is 10.10.10.40. That's one of the base information we have. And then we can say nmap found SMB. And then nmap SMB script found script even. There, found this. So we have a share called share, and we have a share called
JB
users.
Boss says I muted this and I'm reading the notes on her website. Lol.
Ah, welcome in, and welcome to the website too,
JB
right?
Boss says I see she's on her way to escalating privileges.
Actually, we don't have any access to the machine yet. So you usually say that you're escalating privileges when you already have some access. So we need to get the first permissions. So we know that these exist, right? So we need to use it twice. So share. I'm actually copying this instead of typing it. So, and the other one was users. So we know that the guest user has access to these 2. So let's just hop over and run these commands. And I usually open a new tab so that I can still go back and check what was the information, right, without scrolling like crazy. And I just do that with Control Shift T. You don't need any special terminal stuff installed or anything. It's just, this is good for enough for me, at least for now. But let's run these commands now. We have time for that, and see if we get any nice files down. So I already copied it, and I already edited it to be the correct one. So SMB get recursive. SMB, IP address, and the share name. just what we got here from this. So we see that the user, current user, which is a guest. So if we run this without a user, we will also get nothing. So we also need to add the user credentials, right? So that means that we have to hop back to this one. And I have the help pasted here. And in Obsidian, when you do sh, it will do all the dashes and double dashes yellow, so you can see it easily. That's very nice, right? So we want to use the guest account. So we don't even have to type anything, we just do guest. Very nice. Or -a, it's not as obvious, so that's why I'm going to use --guest, right? And we're going to add here guest has read permissions on colon read, and I'm going to check time. I said 5 minutes that I'll be back. He's getting dressed and stuff. And we can also add it here, right? To these commands, guest, and then we go back here and we're gonna edit our command that we were typing or pasting here to add guest here too. So now we're going to try and download this full thing. The only problem now, do you know what I'm thinking? Do I want this in my home directory? Let's actually make a directory first, right? So we're going to make there, and it's called blue. It's HTTP blue. Let's do HTTP blue. I'm gonna have to organize this on this VM, but it's new, so I haven't done any boxes maybe on it. Yeah, right. I actually did. I did copy it. So CD boxes. Yeah. CD HTTP. And then we have make there blue. CD blue. And here that's all empty and ready for our little command that I just Ctrl+C up here. So there, and permission denied. That's interesting because we got information that we have access, read access to this, right? So maybe we're not actually using guest. Then I think we should do, we try the other directory first. And if it doesn't work, then users. So we got the permission denied too now. We're going to just go to there and see if we can use SMB client instead. So lazy as I am, I'm going to copy. No. So of course you should be with me and look. I probably have SMB client's help here too, right? So is there a command to do guest? I'm kind of thinking I want to type it as user and password. We could also use here NXC SMB to get stuff.
Can Tywin says anonymous.
Yeah, but we know that anonymous. So what we got from the nmap script was that anonymous has no access to these. So that is why. And guest has read access. So that's why we need to use that. But we could just do some other commands first. The thing is that I need to go to my kids' meeting, which starts in 5 minutes. And I will have to pause stream for a bit, and I don't know if it will be 15 or 20 or I don't think 25, but I will have to pause it for a little bit. So hopefully you will stay here with me or be back in a bit. Well, it's actually something I usually do, but I didn't now, is to actually put the interesting information here. So we have a let's just grab the things that are actually interesting. It is good to know that anonymous doesn't work, but the current user, which is guest, have access, right? Then we were just about to see if we could access it. This is interesting to have in the notes that we have permission denied. So let's paste this here. Just making sure audio works and we are on the right screen, right? So so this is like just a OBS thingy. So we have 2 directories that we're going to test with the next thing. And the info is what I usually do is to copy the bit I put underneath, right? So let's update this. There. And well, let's just make that bold. I'm not gonna take time on formatting stuff. So what we have here is what we got so far. So SMB get didn't get anything, but we used the guest. I'm also thinking that it might work better to just actually write user and password. But let's do this as a next step to test. And this is with a user, right? And we know that the user we want is guest. So let's just copy this one. Oh, I could have taken the whole thing. Okay, so let's try SMB client. So I'm so sorry for leaving. It was the nicest chat in here. So sorry about that. Oh, kids are prior 1, right? We have to help them. So let's do this share first. And guest. And then we're going to do it on users. There. So let's do this first. And let's just like be methodical and do one thing at a time, even though I might have a lot of ideas. So even if everybody left now, I still want to have all the details in here, right? So I'm trusting nothing as password for guest, and we obviously could go in there, but there are no files. Okay, so maybe there are stuff in there, but nothing we can see. And let's do help and see if we can maybe all info. And we don't have any files. So just empty there. So so let's try the other one. Users. And here we have files. So now we're in the user's desktop, it seems. No? Default to desktop any. That's why I thought that. Default to desktop any. Public. Okay, so why couldn't we download this? So if we scroll up here, I think we can we type or without getting it? Let's just get it, I guess. So get to desktop. .ini. So I'm curious why we didn't just get it before when we got all files and we used guest. Maybe we needed to input the username and password. So we don't have to exit there. We can cat the file now. So that was not very helpful. So this is why I want all the files, right? So do we have another get command to get them all on SMB? You know, on FTP we can do it. I think the others are directories, right? It's D there. So let's see the alt. My god. Nothing right here. So we have a lot of files. Okay. We really want to get this whole thing without... Well, we kinda... Is this... Let's try. I don't think it can do ls. Yeah, it can. So there's nothing on the desktop. Will this work? Yeah. We can do dir and ls. Yeah, so much data, right? I want it locally. So let's see if we can't connect the way we want it to, right? With SMBget instead. So let's make a command that's suitable for passwords. So we're going to make it here, because this is useful not just for this box. So let's assume we want them at the start, right? Because that's nicer. And the directory we're in, it was the users one, right? Share sounds very sharey though. So let's do users here. Yeah, and I kind of feel very slow now when no one is talking to me. So I was gone for almost an hour, and I thought I would be gone for 15 to 20. So let's grab not guest, right? Because we tried that. We're going to try instead using the actual creds here with you and password, user and password. So user, and let's write this out underneath. And I'm gonna put them in these two so we don't break how it is. We can also use a domain here. So what information did we get from this machine? So possibly we could just run Metasploit and ask it to just give us everything, but we're not gonna do that, of course, right? So what other information did we get here that I did not, like the name and stuff, everything? Oh, Harris PC. So this we're going to put also, oh gosh, I'm sorry, Control-C instead of Control-Shift-C. This we're going to put into the information that's interesting, of course, right? So first we have this, Windows, and then we have a host. Kinda gives us the username, right? Harris PC. And let's see, can we see anything else that's interesting in here? A computer name, and here is the yeah, actually let's grab all of these, because how many times did I do it now? Let's also grab the line for the OS, because this was more detailed. And now actually Control-C the right way here. So so account used guest, authenticate to level user, meaning guest is not disabled. What do we know already from there, right? And then we know about the shares too from this. And for some reason we couldn't get all the things. We got permissions denied here. So we're going to run this command again, but with actually setting the permissions, and then we're going to try it also with the username. So I guess I can use this one. Let's add another tab. Put it in between here. So so let's continue building this here. Users is the one we're going to modify. So let's do user equals, let's do guest first. And I'm kind of thinking I want to do NXE instead, but let's do this. Password equals nothing. And then we run this, because it seemed like we have files there and permissions, right? And this is the confirmation we used when we actually got there. And this takes a little bit more time, but we still got the same response. Oh, it's the wrong IP. That's why it took a longer time. So there. Yeah, that was quick. So connection timed out, permission denied. Now I'm very curious, why? Why? So I've never seen, yeah. I think I've seen that before. Browser boot files. No, not this way. Let's just try logging in with the user because I really want to try that. So let's not swap programs. Oh, we're still connected. Let's go document since we're here, right? And Alice is easier to type. I want the commands. Isn't there like a tree? There's a recurse. Let's help recurse. Yeah, there's an mget. Why can't I see it? Am I just blind? Oh, I was in this column. I would have seen it here. So recurse. Okay. So cd dot there mget star okay, so recurse get the directory default. I did say 8. Let's see, did that work now? So this is why we use SMB get, right? You can send a command in there, I'm quite sure. Let's see. This is annoying. Recursive. Isn't it? Can't you do this with SMB? No, I'm not SMB get. I'm supposed to be on client. That's why. So we knew that one had recurse. This is the one I want to know. So sterile list star directory. Start from directory. Command. Yeah. So here we can send a command string. Execute semicolon separated commands. and I didn't have any ready command for that. Sound buffer, timeout, port, grippable, quiet, browse, debug level, configure, for configuration file, option. So in part I'm looking for a don't confirm the every darn file, right? User pass, authenticate, machine pass, and provide non-Kerberos version. So it's time for Google. I want to add stuff that I find Googling. So let's do SMB. Client. Actually, let's do SMB get. And permission denied. Hey, isn't it supposed to be not A? A was guessed. So let's see if there are any answers. Yeah, this is not for us. It does not accept. So let's shut TBT so we can get a bit quicker information. And I'm going to give it the output from Nmap. There. And we're going to also give it the permission denied. Let's just grab the first ones we had, because there we have both drives. And paste that. And then we're going to also send it the DARE listing here. Better hop screens, right? This. So and then we're just gonna say I want to download all files. So prompt off. Look, if we found that. Let's actually check if it says something more. But prompt off, that's what I wanted. It doesn't say anything more. Yeah. So I'm curious why didn't SMB get work, but well. So let's actually I know A doesn't work, right? Let's just Control-C the whole thing. Before we run this again, let's just check how the directory looks. So we have some of the files already. So I hope that wouldn't interrupt downloading it.
Hello. Hope you guys are having a lovely day.
Yeah. How are you doing? I'm great. It's kind of a clear blue sky and I'm inside though, so I guess I should be outside now. But this is fun too. It's 10, 11 degrees outside, so let's do
Worked
it.
late last night and guess I'm getting old since today I have not been able to do much lol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it depends on how early you get up. You need a little bit of sleep at least, right? Not too little. So let's just connect again. And let's dare the files.
Can Win says, are you trying to get user flag?
No, we're just slowly doing this box without any tools to, if we can avoid it, light Metasploiter stuff, you know. So recurse on, and I got a million questions. I usually always use SMB get to get files, and it didn't work. I don't know why. So prompt. Spelling is kind of important here, right? I know it used uppercase, so let's ambient star. So I tried this exactly. Well, I didn't do recurse on. I just tried recurse because we did recurse, help recurse. So now we should get all the files without having to press yes for every file. That was too annoying. Oh, there's MP3 files, JPG files, scenic something, and then it started scrolling. Links. Okay. So now we have the files locally instead, which is much nicer. So I'm thinking, should I go graphic on this thing? It can be quicker to explore a file system just by clicking. So there was actually no web page. I was like, while we wait for Nmap, let's start and see. And then there was SMB only. So we have boxes. No, because we're not in Cali. Boxes. HTTP. Blue. Then we have the directories here. So it could be quicker to look like this. Maybe we should like go more logical ways. Desktop seemed empty, documents seemed empty, downloads. I'm kind of feeling this is not a good way to go. I want to go see. I don't know, there's no files there now, right? So let's actually don't. GUI is not my thing, right? So we can do a recursive ls, and I don't remember. Is it just as simple as R? Let's check my notes because I don't remember, but I have it in my Linux thingy. So usually not on my own machine, but I'm quite sure on Linux start. I'm blind. What? Oh, not Linux, but Linux exploration. There it is. So in this one, it's not intended for that, but I think I have it in here. My god. It's easier to Google, right? I'll just try. Star. That should really work, right? But it's not recursive, is it? Or is it? No. Maybe it was. Nah. So these are the files in here. Yet recurse levels. It goes one level down. So let's just Google recursive ls r. Yeah. But levels recursive 1. Let's do this. Recursive ls. We got the files. Any idea why SMB get didn't work? Let's recursive ls LA locally. So let's see if it got. That's 2 questions. It cannot hide a nominal fallback directory traversing gracefully as SMB client. Although we share a lot of guest read access, SMB get may still need more explicit permissions or fails on directory permissions. It can't enter directly. Yeah, so just adding the R. I should have just tried it, right? I'm kind of thinking levels, right? That's what I'm thinking. Don't I have to say levels? Well, we got all the empty directories and everything listed. So here's the command. I'm actually going to grab all this to the notes. We want this in the notes. It's not mega long. And we find some interesting files in here. So box notes. Downloaded files, and then we have the full list here, and we can select out which ones are interesting with nice little colors too, right? The greens ones are just with spaces in them, so it doesn't do. So files, not directories. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have listed directories. So I'm just looking at the D here first. So here we have files. We already looked at desktop ini. All directories. Here we have files. A compressed zipped folder. So in default app that are roaming Microsoft Windows send to. Okay. This is just send to links. That's probably not interesting, right? Programs, and then we have in accessories, so links to programs. So there might be hints on in these. Mail, something will mail, maybe. Something zipped. something with mail that is zipped, send to target. And then we have just notepad and stuff. System tools. Private character editor. And empty stuff. Desktop ini here. They're probably nothing, right? So public libraries, recorded TV library, desktop ini. So here we have files, right? So let's actually I'm gonna make a new load because that's easier, but I wasn't gonna do that. I wanted to open in a new one, and let's call it for files to check, and then we can paste this here. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted only this. So and we're going to delete the ones not mp3. So the path and the files, and sample pictures. Here we have images. So let's look at the images too. And delete the stuff that's not important. See, do we have more files? Here we have a very big file, and it seems what file is that? That's also says sample pictures and sample media and sample music, right? So it seems to be we don't know if it's useful or not, but it's the only data we have. Now we have wildlife too. So I'm curious about the other directory that seemed very empty. Is this really all? So we had this one too. Recorded TV libraries. Library. Oh, I tabbed
Cantai
instead
Win
of...
says user flag harder than root flag. Ha.
Oh well, we haven't got anything yet, so if I were to use we did it. It's called Blue, and we might be able to just log into it, you know. But I'm not that sure. I think it needs to be SMB1 then. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we do. We'll start with exploring it, right? And then we will notice what stuff. So I don't think on-screen keyboard link has anything to do with anything. Was it named something like that? No. So we have these files on our machine, right? So we can... Maybe I shouldn't play these. I don't know. Will I get complaints from YouTube? Oh, let's do this again. So now we know where to look, right? So Kali boxes, HDB, blue, and public sample music. I would have thought there was something music, sample music. Okay, so there's like images for them too. So I've never ever felt a need for bigger images here. So what happens if I click this? Never did it. So we got the image of big too. I better not. So of course we can look at the data in it. I just wanna. So there shouldn't be enough music for anyone to complain, right? Then we had the images. It sounds like not that interesting when it's samples, right? Sample pictures. Is this really something interesting? What about this file, right? Can I type? Zoo? We looked at it. Should we look at the images? They look very normal, right? We can just look at the data. You never know though. So I kind of think I'm a bit on the wrong track here, but it's just a boring data on this server, and we supposed to just use SMB to get in there. That's what I've been thinking from the start. But I just want to like explore everything so that we learn as much as possible, right? And we actually got an odd problem there with getting it to download all the files. I don't know why SMB get didn't work, but probably that SMB client is better at permissions. So if we go back to our nmap, right, we didn't even try the user. Yeah, I wanna go NXT now. So let's open another tab, and we can look at all the files, but I don't want to sit in that rabbit hole forever, right? We'll look at them. Maybe that's the way. Maybe we'll see like obvious things at once, but they're called sample, right? Sample music, sample pictures, sample media, sample videos. We didn't even look at that media. I have to look at that too, because now I'm curious. And also I'm a bit hungry. Why did I close it down? I should have known I wanted to close the rest, right? Videos, sample video, wildlife. Additional software is required. Nah, I'm not gonna install software for that. But media. I'm mostly curious if it actually does this. Recorded TV. Sample media. So I don't know why, but I think I might be able to drag it out, but only from here. No? Is my computer actually doing anything? Nah. It's kind of froze there, right? It just kind of froze. So this is on a Proxmox server. So let's double click this file. So I don't think we'll find much from this. I thought it was a text file. WTV. I'm curious. So the goal of this WTV. Whatever. What if I do that? So this is Swedish, right? Format. Windows recorded TV show. BTV is a proprietary video and audiovisual file container format. Container format, developed by Microsoft. So it's called Scenic Demo Short Raw. Convert to MP4. Let's check the data. I can't get around. I'm too curious, right? I was like, this will take too much time, but I want to know, right? I want to know. Sorry. And I don't remember the command, though I've written it lots of times, so we're going to go back to... did I just actually make it tiny just to make it big again? So, files, like files, I think it's on files. Am I blind? Oh, this is probably general files, right?
Can Tai Win says there is no thing in the public folder.
In the public folder, yeah. Yeah, we got these files. I'm thinking exif tool, that's what I meant. And I haven't given myself any notes because I think I just didn't remember the name, right? So, actually, hop back to the notes, and these are the files, right? And I put the other ones here. Files to check, and these are the JPEGs, and we have VMV and the MP3, three MP3 files. And probably these are like nothing, but I'm curious. So I have to cd public, cd music. No, let's start with images because the other stuff might have stuff too, but let's sample. So C tab. So this is probably nothing, but I have to know. This is supposed to be very easy, so I'm thinking we're not supposed to find this program is used on this box and export that. It's just probably as in basic SMB. Because I was starting to think like, what is the program is this? But I don't think that's what's supposed to be. So I guess we do all of them, right? Why do this? It should be able to just do all of them. It's one time here. So suspicious IFD offset warning. User ID. The others, they didn't have that. So that one has a UUID there. I'm sure that's nothing. So Microsoft Corporation. Another suspicious IFD offset. A name. Artist. These are just demo pictures. So I'm sure we're not supposed to look at them even, but I'm too curious. Koala. I should open the images, right? Didn't. I even opened the MP3 files, but not the images. Oh, nah, I wanna get started. So I'm sorry if this is boring. Should we do something else? So we have lots of names of the people who made the images. That's like all the things, right? We got. I'm sorry. That made me fall asleep. So I am thinking we have so many things more to check, but let's just go back to SMB. 2 seconds. I'm just looking for my notes. I think I had it up. Oh, it was just the next one. Sorry, let's let's just continue on this one. And I guess we go down again. And so we're back here, but let's all right, should I be 1040? And just as a base test, anonymous should fail because we already tested. SMB1, true. Yeah. So I really think it's blue. I really think so. Which is I don't think it's in tools. Maybe in I moved all my files there, but and I'm on my history. Pi, tools, shells. I'm like, where? Exploits. That's probably it. Cause we have Eternal Blue here, right? We can look at that. Let's actually open it in code. Because it's kinda, well, that's good enough. Code is not the binary you may be expecting. Yeah, it is. So, Bluey. Hello. Is it just me or is it dark? So when I saw Windows 7, this was my first thought. And then I saw it said SMB2, but now it says SMB1 again. We'll see. We could use, if I wanted to do this as quickly as possible, I would have gone into Metasploit and just scanned for it, since the machine is called Blue too, right? But we want to explore everything and find all the interesting things in there. And so obviously I didn't write this. Then I would have known this even better, right? So it's not that much longer. Exploit. SMB, target. Probably will get, if we just run this, let's see. In pocket structures pocket. So special stuff. Building packets. I'm sure. So so now we might get messages from code in this terminal, but let's run it here anyway. So eternal blue, no dots. So I'm assuming such an advanced script. Oh. So probably Python 2, which is not old then, maybe. Okay. So this will be new for me, but I'm kind of thinking we need to manage to install Python 2 libraries to run this. And currently in Kali it is like you need to run environments to be able to install anything, and I've never done a Python 2 one. So let's ask for some AI help on this, right? So we got a good error, meaning you don't have this library instead of, there's an error in your code, right? So let's just send this. No, we don't have that up. Yeah, so pip2 install, but we'll have to make a environment first. Let's do that. I actually made a guide for myself, so I don't have to not remember exactly how to do it. So let's go to Python. Yeah, right, programming is first now, because I put it all in one directory. Actually put this one in this directory. It was in a subdirectory of infosec before, but I'm like, it's all one thing, right? We don't have to click a million things extra. No. Yeah, I think this is actually easier from a web page. So let's do Python and here. So we get it up like this, not easy. So we need to have this installed, which I do. So create a virtual environment in the directory. I'm quite sure I have it installed. We'll notice. I think that probably Kali already has it. So we don't want it in exploits, do we? Maybe we do. Let's make one in exploits. That was Control C again. So no, I want a Python 2 one, right? And this is Python 3. I just realized. Let's ask ChatGPT this. Can I use for a Python 2 script? No. So tell me how. Okay, it's always creates. So Python 2, virtual env. So this is how we do it. Then we'll learn a new thing. That's the best thing. So this one installs it first, which is nice. So we want this one because it has the installation though, even though it's quite obvious. It needs to be there too. So let's copy this and add it to the notes. So as we went to there for the website, I'm gonna just check Python course. Oh, of course I put it in the course. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a Python course, which is not finished because I'm doing other stuff. Maybe I shouldn't put it there then. So for Python 2, and this is a big header. So let's assume these works until we have tested them and we know. My ear thingy just died. Power up. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna assume that it's installed, and if it's not, it will probably ask us. And we probably don't even need this. But let's I did it again. Let's see if this works. Failed to find interpreter for built-in discover of Python spec Python 2. But we know that Python 2 works, right? So, which also means, this means that virtualenv is there. We just need to find what to do. Maybe we don't even need it. I'm just curious now, right? I want to do this. I want to learn it. And I'm going to the wrong one. No. We just need this tab and stuff. So. But I just ran it as you saw. Yeah, we can use the path in the command here. So let's do that. Let's avoid typing, even if it's 2 words. It's not lazy, it's efficient. So we could also have let's actually so failed to query with error code file and then list OS path X. So maybe we need to do something anyway. Maybe it's not need to be in the path. But as we have ChatGPT up, we just send our message. Okay, so virtual env doesn't work with Python 2. So maybe we should just try just installing it. Legacy compatible version. I don't know if I want to. I'm not very Python 2-y. I don't really like Python 2, right? Python 2 virtual. Yeah, that's much better. If I had known that from the start, if it had given me that command, and I would have known it worked. Why not? That's much better. No module, yeah, so we need to install a module, and then we're back at the base, right? So we need to install something into Python 2, and then we'll just try pip2. Pip2 install what we needed, which was Impacket. And there's no pip2, right? I tried. Who? But total fail. Very, very GPT friendly language, right? Free Python 3 only commit. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of think we're going too far with this, right? We don't even know if it has it. I'll have to do at least a check on Mathbyte, right? We're going stuff. I'm like, what's the command? That was a long time ago. It's slow though, right? That's one reason we don't use it. But mostly because it's cheating. So if this is the thing, right? Then we could have done this box in 5 minutes. If we wanted to. If it's not it, we'll have to continue looking, but I don't think there's much more on this machine. I'm just shaking a yogurt that's not mixed. It's blueberry jam and like unsweetened yogurt. So when you mix it, oh gosh. It's not very thick yogurt, so I actually got my share. Peeper. Oh, it started. Let's see. It's on the wheel. There. Two dots on the desk. I think I managed to mix it at least. So it was long ago. Used it. Let's actually refresh my memory from my notes again, right? Why not? So, MSF console, and so here I have the little show payloads. Yeah, it was like, is there search? Show payloads. Use, I know, but...
9 raiders from AJUP Music have joined. HackTheBox says.
Welcome, Raiders.
Thank you for the raid.
Age of Music brought 9
Thank you,
friends to the party. Go drop them a follow.
I'm ashamed of what I'm showing. I'm showing Metasploit. We've been looking through the files on this box. But I thought it's called Blue, you know. I'm thinking Eternal Blue from the start, but... So how was your stream, Age? I'm sure it was great. I said earlier in stream, at the start, like... I don't know why I was... Yeah, someone said... Yeah, Panda said, check out this streamer who builds guitars. And I was like, let's click it, Twitch. And I saw you were on. I was like, if I hadn't been streaming, I would have been there.
Panda Tongue says.
Yeah.
Or beat one, fix it.
Age says.
Alrighty, took my bass off. What's up?
Did it read bass instead of bass? What's up? Yeah, we're looking at HackTheBox simple boxes. And I kind of was assuming this was like a simple web thing, and then, but it's just a CB on this one, so I'm kind of sure it will will probably be Eternal Blue now that when we're checking. So, I looked at an exploit that I had in my directory, but it requires Python 2, and there's no Python 2 on Kali anymore, so I'm kind of giving up on it. Maybe I should have like an old one with Python 2 to run. Maybe that, because I don't want to break my normal one, but we could have like a for Python 2 needs. We should be able to do stuff without it. We'll ask ChatGPT to make this thing into Python, or it's probably just to fix the byte thingy there, but I don't want to do that. No. So, did you do another mega long stream, or was it like a normal one? How long will you stream for? And did you do anything special? Did you do music only? Did you do other stuff? Tell me. What did I miss? I'm like, I need to record a few of your streams so I can like have some to listen. I was gonna do help because I don't remember the commands. I rarely use it. So if it's
yeah. I don't do VODs because of DMCA scan.
Yeah, I understand that. You'll have to like just record them locally and send them to me. It's too bad that really, but I understand why, because they won't
don't
get
allocate
money.
resources to do inline scans.
Yeah.
Facebook does.
Oh, so you can't stream on Facebook if you wanted to. I think YouTube maybe too. So, family-friendly stream. And
They'll stop my stream almost right away.
oh yeah, they do that. Yeah. What about YouTube? Did you try YouTube?
Yup. You saw it though.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I saw the message. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Says I look at chat when someone talks.
Man, I'm not gonna build a new audience elsewhere.
Yeah.
I painted myself in this corner.
Yeah, but I think YouTube will stop it too. I've heard about them stopping streams. Yeah, I think they might have stopped mine, but maybe it's just buggy streaming on YouTube still. When I had something like maybe some music bit on or something. But anyway, when I export my streams there, and when I raid, I usually don't have music, but so when I raid might have, then they usually toss me to, well, there's this music section, and do you want to like mute it, or what do you want to do, And then they have the remove music option, so it wouldn't work with your streams. It wouldn't be the same without the music. I should continue, right? So what was this? Commands, core commands, module commands. So seriously, I don't know when I used this last. So I had my notes. Let's actually see. There's history in here too. So, no, just for fun. It doesn't have my history, right? Yeah, because new machine. I didn't copy the history for this. Yeah, there's search. I kind of thought there was search, right? Why don't I have it at the top? Oh well. So, search it was. So I was right. I should trust my memory more, right? Search for blue. So, and I know that the normal eternal blue one has this is a separate one for just finding it, I think. Should I have typed the full name instead, so we don't get all of them? So is this the exploit Windows SMB MS17? You saw this was my example, right? And I realized, yeah, this is the one. But what is this? Because I kind of remember as it was like one. Oh, this is another one. Okay, yeah. So 0, then we just use 0. And let's do show. Trying to no. Okay. No, it's options, I mean. Options. That's what I meant. So we have the port, right? But the only username we know is guests. I'm kind of thinking it. It says optional, but we'll see. Let's try it. We need the IP address, our host. So let's set our hosts. So, and so now we have an IP and port. So the listen address. So I guess we need to change lhost. I don't know why. Isn't it like automatic? It's tiny text up in the corner there. So let's try it. See if how many seconds it takes, or if we have to add the guest account, because we know that anonymous is not allowed, but it probably, yeah. So I said it would take 5 minutes, right, for the box if we had used Metasploit from the start. This is fun. I want to do Metasploit. I want to do another way than Metasploit, but if it's Python 2, that's annoying. Old stuff. Maybe we have to cheat to not use ancient tools. Is this too little? So I don't really want to use this way, but the script was Python 2. What will you do? Let's keep that. And this is a set here, and let's scroll up to the previous set so we don't have so much in the notes. Am I blind? So here's the set for our machine. I'll start from the top. Oh god. Those help things are so annoying. So let's remove all the help. And then we did a search. And I did a better search later, so let's keep the later short search for Eternal Blue. There. And then we only got 2. Kinda. Use 0. And then I tried to type show, which doesn't exist because it's search. And then I did options. Well, I meant options. So let's actually make a little distance there. So it's easier to see because this is messy, right? And then we should have the set. Of our hosts. So and instead of doing options again, I'm gonna do the second set with ones there, so it's easier to read. And then we did one and check it again. So, and with the one, we got the win kind of at once there, right? So, win, what does win mean? So, let's hop back down. When we have this in Metasploit, let's actually hop back to the notes. And let's hop back to... Right, I had it up in the browser. So... So when we have it, we can connect to the sessions. So this lists the sessions and this connects to one. And then we have lots of other commands. Maybe, yeah, so like load PowerShell and stuff. We can use the notes. So I was at least half a year since I used it, but no Python 2. I'm ashamed of using it actually, so if you didn't... There. Did I do the same typo again? Sessions. I retyped it and typed the same thing. I think we can list the sessions if we have one. But I'm quite sure that we should have one with this. So, overwrite completed successfully. Sending egg to corrupted connection, giving triggering free. Meter process session 1 opened. Right, so opened. We should go sessions I1 then. But I think we should be able to. We should be able to. It's already okay. So that's why. Oh, so we're already connected to it. So it did that too for us. Okay. So we could like do that then. Okay. So we don't want to really do that in that directory, which is system, right? So let's cd data. Should we do the PowerShell thing? And this should work. No, it doesn't. But that's not because of Windows. So what about there? Yeah, it works too. So I'm thinking, should we hop on there or should we get more stuff? So now this should have updated and we have more stuff like hash dump. Get system, we don't want to use get system, right? It will just give us total probably. Maybe we already have it. So we can ask who we are, but I don't remember the commands. And my notes are actually crappy here. These are like the old notes. Very old notes. Yeah, so these notes are from just when I started, I'm quite sure. I don't know if I happened to, by mistake, edit these. let's actually see if they look different in here. So tools and info, exploit and vols. That's where I have it. Yeah, so obviously I was here yesterday, right? Exploits and vols. So here I have Metasploit. And what is this? Databases, okay. So this needs to be fixed. This is horrible. I need to have to make a... Just because I don't like Metasploit, I don't have to have crappy notes on it, right? This is not readable at all. You can't see quickly what to do. Yeah, and the run is, of course, what you run, because it's shorter. I need some food. I'm thinking drinking it is quicker than eating it. Sys info. Here's like when we get there, this is what to run, right? Only I have not made any selections, so it's easy to read, because this is probably pasted from, or I am sure it is pasted from I made my first notes in Google Docs, and it doesn't have this, you know? And maybe there was like bold and stuff, but I just copied it and pasted it here. So let's do stuff. Let's do sysinfo then. And we already knew all this. And the logged on users one, that's us. We didn't see that from the nmap scan. Then get UID, so we UID, so we know who we are. We are NT authority system. So this box is finished, really. We just need to get to the command line. So let's list processes first too, just to remember all the commands, right? So we could also hop to another process and do messy stuff. I'm kind of thinking, let's just grab this, and we don't have to have that in the notes. So this box would definitely have been 5 minutes if I went this way first. I don't even know if I want to end here. I still want to see if there's a non-Metasploit way of doing this, because... Or we won't... What do you think? Should we fix the script and see if it works? We can fix it. Of course we fix it, right? Now I'm like confused here. This is not my notes, this is my notes. So let's hop there and go here, and we have the win, and let's paste this, which shows that we are in the authority system. So we, oh my, we wouldn't really need, in case we don't want to really write the flags into there, right? So we have to find the flags too. Maybe they hid them. And then we have to search. It is a Windows machine too, so searching is trickier. Well, this is a buggy connection too. It is Eternal Blue is a buggy connection. So yeah, so if we wanted to hop to another process, we'd just type migrate and the number of the process here, right? So for example, they say for stability, but it's always crashed it for me, so I'm not gonna do it. Oh my god, there's even a search command in here. So we can search for flags. Let's just try it. Yeah. Let's see how quick it is. So it gave us all the text files, but we kind of want only some of them. We could have searched for flag, we could have searched for user. A lot of text files. So this is at least a little bit more of a challenge, right? Where were tools? Now I can see what they're. So there's a user txt, right? So it isn't Harris. I was thinking of testing to log in with Harris. We can try that too, right? As we know, this is Harris PC. Is the other one root? We can do some nicer searches, though. I'm just looking for short names. It's probably like in system, or maybe they have made a desktop for administrator. Let's go in there and look. Actually, let's search f root.txt. They could also have made it a bit tricky, so we have to take permissions. No, not that happy. I'm not that happy about that. I want it tricky and challenging, right? So let's put this in the notes. So we just go there and type them, I guess, because we don't even have to go into the box, but shell, right? Shell. So we go shell, and then we do type, and then we just grab the whole name of the thing. We could have searched here too, but it's very slow. Oh, right, we can't backspace. So there. And then we do type. Yeah, they had made a desktop for the administrator. So so let's grab this bit. So are we done with this box, or do we want to fix the better version of it? So I guess we put these into HackTheBox. This is not why I do it though. To get flags, I want to learn things, right? So, and let me go. So I guess this one I can use to like demo Metasploit, because it's the easiest way to do it. So we should make some notes on that, like new note, Used to show demo metasploit, right? So I should end up at the top there. So it is really done, so I'll edit it and put done here. But usually you want to know, right, the non-metasploit way of doing things. So we have a script. It's just that we don't have Python 2. So we're gonna edit it. We already have it up in code, I think, right? Here. So let's go through it and Python 3ify it. So first, let's see if there is any prints. And they have parentheses. That's good. There's 12 of them. Let's just quickly click through them. So it's just a byte problem, possibly. So we did make a Python 3 environment first before I realized here. I was like, oh, I just did Python 3. So when Python 2 asked for a module, and we got a error here, right? So can't concat string and bytes. So we need to make bytes of pack. No, of A. A times 0xFFDE. So let's search for single quote. That's like 392 of them, but it will be a little bit colored. So this one probably needs a B. Maybe all of these do. Here's... Or we can just make it tell us all the places. So what line number did we have? 76. So let's go to 76. So I totally missed these at the start, right? So there's a lot of them here. So B, 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 and then I'm going to let's actually so it's not it's not, the date is not changed yet, so I didn't happen to save it. Blue Pie 2 at Arnold Blue Python 2 there, and then we have the original in case we mess this up. That's the main reason, not that I want to keep the other one. So now I'm like activate. What's the command to activate? Do I still have it up? No? No, let's check the notes. I guess we go here and it's easier to search. So Python environment and source bin activate. Source bin activate. So let's just run that. And then we try and run so we're on line 160 now. So a few lines have been fixed. 160. Maybe I should have done this at once, but let's see if we can see any others. Yeah, I see others here. B for bytes. This is a byte value. It's not a string. B. So B. So the ones that do pack, I'm curious about all of this now. I remember that slightly. Might I have used it? That's all of it. So we save that, we try and run it again. Let's see if we get any errors. So now we got the syntax, right? IP and shellcode file. Ooh. Wouldn't it be funny to use MSF Venom to make shellcode because we're avoiding my MSF console? I want to still see this. So what do we want to run on the machine? Windows. We could use Pwn tools to generate something. Right. I don't remember how to use Pwn tools at the command line. So, and I don't think my notes are finished. This is like, yeah, this is not it. This is Python, right? Yeah, so maybe I can hop there. Shellcraft, Pwn shellcraft. Yeah. Here we have stuff. But we went for Windows, right? And I was... well... so we don't want to make a CMD. We could... so, are these all the Windows ones? Yes. I'm kind of thinking MSF Venom is a million times quicker, but we already got it, you know. But we fixed the script. I'm kind of pleased with this. Though I have any. Do I have anything finished? So what do we have here? We have to test it to know that it works, you know? So it's probably worth it to do it just because. Okay. So let's exit the machine. Exit Mater Prayer. Exit. And we don't want Mater Prayer this time, but I'm thinking MSF Venom. And possibly we actually do history. Grab. My pipe didn't. Oh no. So this one is kind of dead. I can't type old characters anymore. So grab history, grab, and obviously here it works with pipes, right? No, I can't type pipes. Well, we had one there. I was going to do it twice. MSF Venom and then another pipe and do Windows, but whatever. We can scroll Windows. Oh my god. Oh my god. Reverse TCP, not meter reader though. We don't want that. We want shell reverse TCP. This one is good. But we don't want an exe, right? So, let's edit this. We also want 10, 10. 10. No. 14, because this is not that one. 14, 9. I don't like to have to remake these. I probably have this one in my shells directory. 443. And that's where I put the old one called Ravish 443, right? And this time we're going to go 10, 10, 14, 9 dash 443. So if we call it that, but actually I want to make this file just for fun. Let's call it MSFV, so it's obvious what it is, right? And then we're going to, I don't know why, I just wanted to. I think we actually need something else. I think we need like byte format. So I don't know why I'm scrolling up. We want this format. we can look at the code for the script and see to make sure. But I guess let's do format. I know I have tested a lot of different ones just to test what was best. I guess we do Python. It's a Python script after all. As if it would matter. If it is a text file, it matters. We can do raw too. What format does it want? What do you think, really? So too many tabs now. Yeah, this is really where I was decided to just go MSF. SMB via 1 true. So I should put that in my notes. I didn't. So, and I should probably also put by the nmap scan. Probably just so we have all the things I've said, alright. Internal blue. And then we go I found nothing fun. And then let's actually make no new note. Let's make a new 5 because this was in between. NXC SMB and it is SMB1. Let's just do no, we don't have the Python in here at all, so this is really 6. No, it is 5. Let's just do eternal blue. We should hop to the next box. I know. We'll do it soon. Hopefully we'll have time for another one today. I just want to be thorough. And let's make a new note 6. Script. Eternal blue script. It's Python 2. Python 2 is no longer in Kali. Tried a bit, but then did. Then did MSF. Going back and converting script to Python 3. We have to test. Requires. Let's actually paste what I was looking for. Where did I actually run this? So here I found it. So we just oh gosh. I don't know why that happened. It hopped so strangely. Whatever. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And this is what we got first. Actually grab the first one because it's, you know, the logical thing, not when it's the last error we got. So that's on line 2. Right. That shows that it is, and this is also SH. It's Python 2. Python 2 is no longer in Kali. It tried, but did have stuff going back and converting a script. We have to test it, and it seems to be running. Then we don't know what these options are really. Let's actually Google on the string, because maybe there's like an explanation. Eternal Blue exploit. So that's a string in the script. So it doesn't have this exact thing. So this is probably not a script. Yeah, so there's probably new updated ones. Fix the Python 3 version. Yeah, so I could have just Googled for Python and Eternal Blue, really. Yeah, I kind of feel done now. There's a lot of scripts if we would have Googled for scripts. But I kind of felt like, let's do a quick Metasploit thing. Cheating. I'm ashamed of it, but I did it. I'm still split. What's this? Right, let's just Google for this. That's probably the better thing to do. So let's just delete this and do that. And then we should get the right one. This is the one I just clicked, probably, right? New in the installed computer means purple links are recent. Same one. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not gonna use hours for this, so we're gonna like just skip it. We won't actually test it. But I had the command for Vems of Venom up. So let's just do a quick test, and let's assume shellcode file means it wants what? That's where I stopped. Nah, I'm sticking to that due to time. Maybe later. So what's the next one? So I guess we should stop it then.